Hey everybody, 2 o'clock on Friday. Gotta be Burnie's Applebox right here. Hey, and we got a great show for you today. I think what we're going to be talking about with my good friend, Mr. Gary Heimann.
Back in the flesh.
Back in the saddle, Gary.
Yes.
Good. We're going to be talking, what are you worth? What's your worth? What is your worth? You know, so many people go, oh, I'm not making enough money. I don't do this. You know what I mean? Somebody calls me, hey, would you go out for $100? Yes. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to also take a look at some of the stuff that I've had going on. I have a little walkthrough with a set we did for Zoda Productions. Don Blackburn was the DP, and we were down at stage 760 in Carlsbad, and we did that, and I did a little walkthrough, very old school, very simple. Same way if somebody would have hired me for this job 20 years ago, nothing different. I would have done this, but it was so easy, so quick, and so nice that I really loved it, and I just wanted to show it. So we're going to do that. Also, a little bit of current news. I had a crew up with the wildfires up in Malibu for CBS. And so I sent Jan McCulloch out there, and we got some still pictures, and I just wanted to kind of slideshow those and show what he did and how he set it up and all that, and some of the damage, and of course it's just, you know, so tragic what's going on here now. I mean, it's very serious, you know, especially that campfire up north. Wow. You know, that's could be a very large loss of life. Absolutely. And then one of my heroes in this business, a guy I love, and I never miss a post from this guy. You know, people go, oh, who do you follow? I follow Big E.
Big E.
Eric Keewan. I follow Big E, and I'm telling you, he posts and he makes me laugh all the time, but he's always talking, always looking, and he did a post while driving, which I do not support. Don't do that. It's dangerous. But he made a video post while he was driving talking about work, and I want that to lead off our discussion here today about what are you worth, you know, and how you deal with that on all kinds of levels too. How do you assess your own worth, you know? So we're going to get into that, and and Sean is back here. Sean and mystery guest, mystery audio person, Jean is back here, and we have my good friend Guadalupe is here too. She is here, but we don't have a camera to show anybody, so you're just going to have to take my word for it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and Steven Spielberg's here too.
Oh yeah.
Hey Steve, sit down. No.
Sit down. We'll call you when we're ready for you.
We'll call you. So anyway, we're here, and Sean, let me ask you, what are we going to lead with? You want to go to that piece with Don Blackburn?
Yeah, we can go that.
Okay, let's take a look. I take us through a walkthrough, and we'll talk about it a little bit too when we get back. But yeah, check it out. Hey everybody, I just wanted to do a quick little run through on this set that we're lighting today. And first of all, we've got the camera, a Varicam Panasonic. We've got that on a Fisher 10. We are keying with a bounce to 1K and a Vista beam with some 250 diffusion inside the grid, and then we're putting a grid up through another 216 on that to give that a nice soft look for the key, and then this bounce is just for a little fill in there as well. We're backing with a Vista beam again with a 45-degree honeycomb on it for a back edge. It's looking really nice. And then we've got the background lit several ways. One is, this is a 1K that's just giving us some love on the floor there. This is a little 300 that is lighting these tchotchkes back here, these ones right on the table. You can see they're a little cooler than the rest of the background. This 650 here is lighting one of our background shears here, which is a part of our thing, and I'm going to take you around to the monitor to take a look at this. And then we've got our tchotchkes in the background. We're simulating a spa right here with this. We got a good double single standing by, and we got some 2Ks hitting this in the back, and we've got those all taken down with doubles and singles and some. We've got 3/4 O on here for the warmth. But let me just take you around back here. Come to the other side. Same thing going on here. There's our 2K that we've got that's lighting once again the other side of these shears right here. And then coming out, there's that little streak on the floor. And then there's our second set of shears that is just behind talent. And we're doing cosmetics techniques for putting on facials and doing facials and stuff like that. Then come back around, and we've got these two in the background. There's Samantha, our lovely stand-in. And then this one is just a little foreground shear. We're not putting anything on it or not. So that is the way we're doing it here today. So we'll be here all day. We're in Carlsbad, stage 760, working with the man himself, Don. And we will see you soon. You know what, Gary? I'll tell you, that was fun to watch again.
That was cool.
You know, it's probably about 6 weeks ago or so. But you know what I really loved about that, doing that shoot, and even after I looked at that video later, I kind of even reinforced that for me. It was so simple. It was so, I mean, easy.
Basic and simple.
Easy. Yes. You know, to do. And, you know, really the genesis of that, of course, you know, I'm going to shock you now. The client had a tight budget.
I know,
not impossible. Nobody
Stop the
ever.
presses. Not a tight budget.
So, you know, we're constantly going in about, like, there is a set budget. I can only do it for that much, you know. Well, I'm bringing the 3-ton down because in a stage that size, of course, it's pre-lit with space lights and everything like that. But I'm bringing the 3-ton down. Well, on my 3-ton, I carry a tungsten package. So she was explaining to me what the background was going to be. And, you know, it is a little bit difficult sometimes when people are talking backgrounds and spaces and everything like that to really catch up. But she said, I'm putting shears everywhere for that spa feel.
Okay.
The spa feel.
Right.
So I thought, well, shears, you can work with that.
Sure.
You know, you can get behind it, backlit it. So I went in there. Once I saw the size, I had just the exact right tungsten package in the truck. And the way they set it up was just perfect for me to light it with tungsten. And I used almost exclusively tungsten only. And it just gave it a real soft, nice, natural look. And then I had brought two VistaBeam 600s with me, which, to tell you the truth, I probably didn't need. But where my mindset was when I was thinking about this shoot, I knew the stage and I knew how large it was. So I thought I better have a couple instruments that I can throw from a distance, right? You know, because I didn't want to get in that spot of like, oh, it's got to be right here. And now the shot is smaller than they want or anything like that. And of course, the people I'm working with, Diane Mazzotta, who is the production company owner, and Dawn Blackburn, who is the DP.
Sure.
They are such pros. You know, they are such pros. They go in there, they'll make whatever compromises they have to make to get the best look they can. So they made it really easy on me. But I just wanted to remind everybody that, you know, it doesn't matter if you use a sky panel. It doesn't matter if you use a 25-year-old Mole Richardson 2K.
Right.
You know, quality of light. The end game is how does it look and how seamless is it for the end viewer. You know, because my goal there was to put people in an environment. They wanted a spa feel.
Sure.
So it almost feels like a place where you whisper.
Right.
You know, and so that's what I wanted, and I think that's what they got. They were thrilled with it, very happy with it.
Very nice.
And we did those all day in that same spot.
Wow.
You know?
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah, no, it was. And you know how that is, too. I mean, you're busy, you're trying to plan and stuff like that. And I thought, man, just take it back a step.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Just go simple, go old school.
Yes,
you know?
yes, very nice. Very nice job.
Yeah.
Excellent job.
So now, on sort of the opposite end of that, right? I got a call, and I think it was last Sunday. I was, you know, around the hometown, walking around, you know, doing a little shopping, whatever, and get a phone call from CBS. And this, I've got to tell you this story. I'll cut to the chase here, but I got to tell you this story. You know, I always have, and I don't have any right now. I have these C-47s that have my name on them.
Yes.
Right? My name and phone number. I'm like famous for that. You know, I see Sean, he's looking for one now. He goes, God, I'm throwing them out of my way.
That's right.
Now I can't find one. But so I get this call from this guy. And he goes, yeah, is Burnie's Grip and Lighting? You know, I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, I was looking, I'm with CBS News. I'm from Northern California, but I'm on assignment down here. Huh. I'm looking for a guy that can come out and light our news anchor out at the Malibu fires. You know, and I go, oh, well, we can do that and stuff. And
sure.
So I'm talking to him. We're talking about what he needs and stuff like that. And and of course, while we're talking, I'm texting people, you available, you available,
yes.
you know.
Yes.
And so I get my main guy, the guy I wanted, Jan, on it, you know. He does it, and so we're talking, I go, hey, how did you get my number, right? And he goes, oh, well, I did this Oprah Winfrey shoot after the Oscars last year, you know, and I did that shoot. I sent my truck out on that. And he goes, I've had this clothespin that in my car that I clip my cable up for when I charge my phone. And he goes, it's this one. He goes, I've been looking at it for the last 10 months.
Oh, my goodness.
So because I had that, I got that job. And he goes, who's this? I go, this is Burnie. He goes, oh, you're Burnie. So, you know, terrible tragedy, terrible thing. But I mean, that was a very interesting way that it pays to market yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Let me tell you that. It pays to market yourself. So what do we, and Sean, let's go through some pictures. Let's take a look. So here was the deal. Jan, I sent him up, and I probably sent Jan up, and here's the picture right here. This is one of them just at it's still dark when he arrived. His call time was 1 a.m.
Wow.
So I got him confirmed by, I think, 5 o'clock. And then he had to leave where we are here in Orange County. You can just scroll on to Sean. And this is another one. He was up, you know, he did a magnificent job. See, he's got if you can see in the back there, and these are kind of dark, but he's got a menace arm up there for the backlight and everything.
Wow.
You know, Jan is he's a wild
mountain man.
Yeah, he is a mountain man.
Yes,
he is a mountain man. There's no doubt about it. There he is. Puts a 12 by up. He's got it all set. You know, ready for their first. Because he had to call time at 1 a.m. because at 3:30 they're doing a live feed to the East Coast.
Sure.
And so he's got that. So here's just dawn is breaking now a little bit, and you can start seeing a little more of the set. But that is so he went from 1 a.m. to 5 p.m. that same day, and of course he walked away with a pocket full of dinero. You know, no doubt.
Shekels.
Yeah, lot good money, but. And then we got some pictures he took of where they were at, you know. And when he arrived, there was a fire on the hill just across from him. The hill that you see in this, there was fire right there. So it was like he was driving into a live fire. And I'm not going to tell you how he got in there because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But think about that. Here he's driving in with a 3-ton grip truck when they're evacuating that area, and he got in. Which I just, you have to be ingenious in our business to pull something off. Here's a guy right next to him, somebody's truck right there in their driveway. Bam, done. You know, and this was, he drove through miles of this. Miles of it to get to his location, you know.
So sad.
And every production person, there it's a little more sunny there. You can see a little bigger of what they have. The camera guys, you know, CBS called their camera guys out. The local vendors that supply them did all that. And there it is, it's like daybreak now. So they're doing the stand-ups now for East Coast, like East noon, Coast lunch, you know, and they're doing this. And they held over for the day for the CBS Evening News. So at 3:30, that's when they went live. There's Jan right there. Can't see too much, but they had to wear masks. They had to wear covers because it was like so much smoke and who you know, it's smoke, but who knows what chemicals are burning up in there. I mean, cars are on fire and everything, furniture, you know, all that. So that was a yeoman's job, Jan. That was a really awesome job.
Super
you know,
job.
And you know, there's a lot of things you just don't take into consideration like that.
No.
You know, and also I told Jan, I think this is super important too. I told Jan, I said, when you get back in that truck, if you at any time feel drowsy, start spacing out,
pull
over, get a room, or if you can't get a room, because you know that was the other thing. I always say get a room.
Right.
Well, 500,000 people had been evacuated, right? You know what I mean? So that's one thing. But I said, we'll come and get you. I'll drive the truck back, do whatever. but do not drive that truck drowsy.
Absolutely.
You know, because it's
Great.
just too big of a risk to take.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'd like to pass that on to all my G&E fellow G&E guys and their drivers. You know, make sure you always have a bailout for your driver.
Yes,
And-
always.
And it's illegal, I don't know if many people know this, to drive after you've been working 14 hours.
Yeah, to turn
It's just
around.
flat out, you can't drive a truck.
No.
You
No,
cannot,
no,
you
no.
know. Then this next thing that I got, this is my hero. This is my guy, Big E. Big E is truly a legend in San Diego. A legend. There's far too many stories, most of which I probably couldn't even tell here.
Right.
You know what I mean? But this guy is just, he's salt of the earth. This guy is one of the best workers I know, one of the most knowledgeable guys I know in gripping. He was with the Stu Siegel studios down there when they were on
yes.
fire back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the main key grip. So
Wow.
he ran that place, you know, with an iron fist, I believe, you know. So, but Big E has been around, now he's working, you know. So this is something I want to just say before we see this video, that do not try this in your car.
Right.
And so he was actually going live from his car and talking, and you'll see it, you'll watch it. Just stick with me on this first part here, because he gets to a point, and that's going to lead us to what are you worth?
Sure. Yes.
All right, you ready on that one, Sean? Awesome, here we go.
Oh, good morning, gang. How's everybody doing? It's about 6 o'clock on Saturday morning. Dropped the phone, sorry. Trying to get a spot set up so I can drive and talk. Does that work? Can't turn your phone while recording. Alright, I'm trying. How's that? Yeah? Oh, it's upside down. Alright. Okay. So, here I am, trying again. Driving to, let's see, where am I driving? I'm driving to Vista, and then I'm going to drive to Palm Springs. Today I've got another partner driving with me, my brother Isaac. He's going to drive a truck, I'm going to drive a truck. Lately I've been dealing with how much is it worth? You know what I mean? I've been in the game for 25 years. I know a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm good at what I do, and still I'm getting paid, you know, sometimes $15 an hour, sometimes $20 an hour. You know, I don't know. I don't know when to say no. I feel like if somebody offers me $100, I have to say yes, because nobody's offering me anymore. And I need every penny I can get, because the babies need everything. And I mean, I guess sometimes I don't feel strong enough to say, no, that's not enough money. Or, no, I'll pass. And I don't know why. I don't know why that is. I guess I feel driven to earn money to pay for the family. Constantly. Like, that's a pressure that it never stops. So, and it's good. I'm not complaining. I wanted to be a dad. I love being a dad. I love my kids. They're fucking awesome. It's just challenging, and I don't know how to fix it. I try to be humble. I try to be grateful. I try to say thank you. I try to do the best I can. You know, obviously, sometimes I do better than other times. But I mean, the bigger thing that hurts me, I guess, is that I'm not getting offered more money. it actually seems like I'm getting offered less money. And that fucking sucks. Yeah, so today I think the only thing I have to do is this run to Palm Springs, and I should hopefully be done around noon, and I'm going to call and see if my comadre Laura Haberman, hi baby Laura, how are ya? See if she has a little time to have a little coffee and say good morning, or good afternoon actually, and then go see my favorite other kids, the Haberman kids, and relax and enjoy this nice warm weather we're gonna have. Maybe dip in the pool. Stay awake, stay alive. Like Sammy Hagar says, I can't drive 55. I love you. Good morning. Thanks for the chance to let me just kind of rant and rave a little bit. It's great to see you all. Mwah. I love you. I miss you. Stay out of trouble, and hopefully we will see each other soon. I get to give you a big hug. Okay? Have a great day. Call me if you need me, and I love you. Okay? Take care, gang. Mwah. Bye.
Hey, Big E, we're going to have some answers for you when we come back. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Burnie. I own Burnie's Grip and Lighting, San Diego Grip and Lighting, and Los Angeles Grip and Lighting. You know, we pride ourselves on not only renting you the best equipment, but also giving you the best crews. And one of our core values here at Burnie's Grip and Lighting is that we give you the highest production value in the world. And remember, people used to say national, local. No, we present world-class production value on every set. We also know budgets are very tight these days, and you've got 10 hours to get what you need in the can. We move ahead, we move fast, and we know what you need. When you rent from Burnie's Grip and Lighting, you have a partner on your production for that day that is making sure you are well taken care of. So anytime you're in Southern California, give us a call at 714-609-3545, and we'll take very good care of you. See you on set. Hey, right back at you there. And Gary, you know what? You know, we have talked about this a billion times, dude. What are you worth?
Yes.
Boy, there's an endless discussion going on at all times on what somebody is worth.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's skill set, it is background, it's ability to manage something. You know, if you're a department key, like a key grip or a gaffer, you know, you're not running the department, but you are in charge of a certain group of people within that department. All of those things make a difference on what you're worth. But I think now, as I read Big E and what he was talking about, he comes down to a point of what people are calling him. And I think the really question is, they're calling him and they're offering him below rate.
Rate, yeah.
You know, and that is a very, very, very delicate thing.
Sure.
You know, I can just tell you what my experience has been, and I can tell you what I've seen that is successful. Come back to this one, Sean. Come back to it. There is no more powerful word in our business than no. Okay? No. I've got $100. Can you come out today? No. That is the answer. And I'll tell you what. Every time that you do that, you make more money.
Absolutely.
Because here's what that person is doing. They're calling you and go, oh, I'll get Big E. I know he's always hungry.
Yes.
I know he always needs work. I hear it every time he's out here. So I've allocated $200 for guys each from the client. Okay.
Sure.
Now, how do I make money on that? Because that person's trying to make some dinero too.
Sure.
I'll offer $100, and then even if I have to pay $50 more, I'll still get a 50.
Sure,
right?
a bump.
And first of all, 100 is not even negotiable in my book.
Right.
That would not even be discussed.
Yes.
You know, what my thing is in Big E's case, if he said no, and that guy's got to go out and get somebody else. First of all, I'll guarantee you, he will never get anybody as good as
way.
E.
No
he
way.
will never get anybody as good as E. And then, secondly, he's going to pay somebody at least $150 to come out if it's the first time or whatever. Because I mean, you want to carry pianos for $100 a day,
no
really?
way.
You know, and look where he was going. He was going to Vista from his home in San Diego. And then driving out and back to Palm Springs.
Wow.
Come on. You know the risk he's taking with his own life and his family's well-being and all that?
Sure.
Most people are not killed in airplane crashes. They're
no.
killed on the way to the
On
airport.
the way to the airport.
You know, so I mean, he is taking a great risk for nothing. And I'll tell you what, E, here's my answer to you. That the next time anybody calls you up and offers you under, and I even hate saying this. I even hate saying this number because E is worth more than that, and
Sure.
I know it. Anything under $300, turn down flat.
Yeah.
If it's for an hour for $100, if it ain't $300, turn it down flat.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Is because as soon as you start demanding more money, they will give you more money. Because there's not another E out there. There's
Nope.
not another person. You're going to lose people, but you know who they are? They're the lowballers who've been taking advantage of you all this time.
Yeah.
And that's the type of thing that you can stamp out right now, and you can do yourself. But you know what, E? Here's the trick. No one else can do it for you.
That's right.
You have to do it. You have to say no. And you know what? When I got into this business, and I've been very fortunate every step of my career. But I remember back then, and I started out, and I'm not even going to say it because I say it almost every
Sure.
show, and I'm sick of hearing it. But when I started out low, I went up and gradually rose my income. But there was a point there where I'm getting a lot of calls now. People were really depending on me. And I says, I'm going from 250 to 400. So that wasn't a gradual raise.
No,
that was like,
that's a
but I
jump.
looked at it. I'd been in the business for 2 years. Now that was from day one.
Right.
I wasn't gaffer material by any means, but
Mm-hmm.
I was a good solid electric or a good solid grip at
Mm-hmm.
that point in the market I was working in, which was not Hollywood, but
Sure.
I was good and solid. I said, I'm sorry, I go out for 400. Now somebody could have got me for 350.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wasn't that hardcore.
Right.
But I would got 350. But what did I do? I raised my rate by $100 overnight.
Absolutely, just like that.
And you know what? Those people that wouldn't pay that 350 or 400, bye-bye.
Absolutely.
They didn't call again. And you know what that did is that opened me up for all the days I had to get more money. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Whatever you're doing right now, anybody out there, anybody, any level, any job, raise your rate $50 immediately.
Yeah, all day.
Immediately.
Yep.
You'll get rid of the chaff and you'll get more of the wheat.
Absolutely.
Right, Gary?
Absolutely.
You've been up and down this road
Up
a million
and down,
times.
up and down, up and down. You know, Bern, through the years, you try to figure out the game.
Yeah.
It's basically
Sure,
a game.
it's a game.
And it's, the producer, gets a budget, and anything that, it's the gross, and now you have to start whacking it down.
Right.
And then whatever's left over,
Right.
he gets his rate plus whatever rate he can make
Right.
off his crew and gear.
Sure.
I mean, that's the way it's been.
It's the way
since
it's
day
supposed
one.
to be.
It's in any
Yeah,
business.
yeah, sure.
It's a
Of course,
commodity,
of
you know.
course, right.
So what I've done in the past, and I feel for Big E,
Yeah.
and
Well,
what
he's
I've
got
done,
a family there, and he's got to bring
He's got-
it.
you
We
gotta
know that
bring it,
pressure.
we know the
no one
pressure.
knows better than we do.
So the one thing I've tried to do in the past, just to sort of bridge the gap a little bit, not to lose all the work,
Right.
kind of deal, was that I just tell, somebody calls you, hey, I got $1 for you. Well, that's great. That sounds great, but I'll tell you what, you can hold me for $1, but I'm going to tell you, if I get anything that day over $1,
Yeah.
I jump off. You,
Okay,
you,
fair
you know,
enough.
you
Yeah.
can freeze me.
Right.
You can freeze me at 300.
Right.
You can. Then I'm locked in.
Right.
But for for 100, I'm going to play loosey goosey with you.
I would even take that a step farther. I said, you can hold me this month for 100.
Right.
But next month.
Oh, sure.
Next month, that 100 never even
Yeah, there you
existed.
go. You can work 'em in.
It's 200, or you can't even hold me.
Yeah, there you go.
You can hold me, but if I get a better deal over
Sure.
200, then I can. And those are horribly low wages in California. That's minimum wage
That's
right there.
beyond
That
minimum
is
wage.
really, really, really bad. You know.
That's right.
And I've got some problem too with some of our unions in here. They have a tier 1, which is like $18 an hour. That is not enough.
No,
to
that's not a living
survive.
wage.
It is not. And I am very, very fond of telling people this. You are not charging your clients for the job. You're charging them for all the days you're off to be available for their job. That's what you're charging for, right?
That's so true.
You know, because
true.
if they had to go through and get rookies or somebody who didn't know anything because everybody else had to take a day job just to get by, they're not going to do it. And how many 24-hour calls do you get? I mean, I get a lot. Hey, we got to shoot tomorrow.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
goodness.
When did you find out about that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What, 2 months ago or
Oh,
what?
yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So you've got to be on it, and you've got to make hay while the sun shines. You know what? I had the greatest thing in the world. Ben Stanley told me last time I said that, which was about like 3 or 4 weeks ago on the show. He had a call right after the show. He raised his rate $50, and they didn't even blink.
They didn't even flinch.
And it was somebody that he had always worked for, and he quoted the new thing. Here's the thing. The bottom line, folks, is this, is you decide what you're worth. You don't let someone else decide what you're worth.
Absolutely.
That is it. You know what you're worth, and you get it. And I will tell you this, anybody who's anybody is calling Big E for a reason. They know he's got 25, 30 years experience.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they want to take advantage of that, and that's great. It cost you. It cost you to get them that day. So that's a lesson for everybody, you know, and you can extrapolate that too.
Oh,
you know,
sure.
if you've got a camera or a truck or something like that, you can bundle that and still make somebody's budget work.
Oh,
You know?
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you know, Bernie, I just got a text from my sound guy. He just raised his rate, $75. Way to go, Bird.
What's it? What do we got?
Oh,
What do
we got something coming in.
Oh, somebody's watching out there.
Oh,
Somebody's
yeah.
watching. What is it? I didn't
it a
get
question,
it here. Is there a
Tell
question?
people to share their stories of low wages on Facebook.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Ooh.
Guadalupe, thank you. Guadalupe, she should raise her rate $50
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, right now.
Right? Yeah. Please share your stories on Facebook about your rates. Give me
Yeah.
any problems that you've got
That's
about
right.
rate. We'll answer your questions right here. Thank you, Guadalupe. We try to think of that every show, but we seemingly never do because we're always up here.
Yakety yak.
Yakety yak. You know, I'll tell you, it's a funny thing though. Is there's a psychology that I get, I know other guys get, a lot of people and things, and it's called that I'll never work again panic. You know, you get 2 weeks off with nobody calling you, and I'll tell you, everybody feels the same way. Oh my God, what did I do?
What did I do?
Oh, I should have just kept my mouth shut. I don't even know what I said, but I should have just kept my mouth shut. You know, they start blaming themselves. They start thinking they're the only ones in the whole industry who is not working, and everybody else is. And nothing can be further from the truth.
That's right.
Do not work out of that place.
Don't work out of fear.
God, thank you. Don't work out of fear. Don't work out of fear. Because I'll tell you, Gary, you know, one of the things that I found and I did, and this was just, I mean, swinging in the dark at the time. After 2009, and it dropped to zero. You know, I mean, there was that January of 2009.
Ooh.
That was the worst month I've ever had in the business, including the beginning.
Oh, yes.
You know, And the thing I did is I looked out there and it was a wasteland. And of course I went through February, you know, and started into March. In March, I said to myself, if I'm going to die, I'm going to go down fighting.
Swinging. Oh, yeah.
I raised my rate and I raised my equipment prices. And there was something about that, and maybe a lot of it was organic, it was natural. In other words, there has to be the lowest point,
Sure.
and then you come out. I think we had hit our lowest point around then, and then we're coming out. But you know what? I developed so many new clients at that higher rate. It was amazing. It was amazing. And there was some logic to it that I didn't get quite back then, and that was that the people who were suffering in that 2009,
Right.
the biggest, does that work?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's my brother. Now he wants money.
No, yeah, now
He wants money now.
He's raising his rate
Look,
100%.
it's my brother. He wants more money. He wants bingo money.
Bingo money, yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal. There were so many people that got wiped out. All of those were my former clients. Now, I didn't realize this at the time, but they were wiped out in 3 months. They were wiped out overnight because it stopped, and these people had $100,000 nuts to make. You know, they had to close shop.
Oh, yeah.
The new people that came in were intersecting me then and trying to get something, and I introduced them to my new rates. Is essentially what happened. So all the way through that, the next 9 months, I was introducing new rates and getting more and more clients. Of course, there's several things that have to happen.
Sure.
You have to give good customer service. You have to have what they want, and you got to know your business. You got to know your
the
stuff.
business.
You know. So that is a lesson, I think, that don't be afraid to define your own worth and then ask for it. And if they don't give it to you, the answer is no.
No.
Bernie's
out of breath.
I want to read
You
my
better
rate,
give him
50
some
bucks.
oxygen.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something though. In this, you know the game, Gary, better than anyone. Better than anyone. Gary was a guy who was like one of the first people I met in the industry when I was a PA. So you know, you really coached me through it all the way. And I think there's two things you really have to do. You have to hold your prices up, and then you have to present yourself as the best.
Yeah.
You know, that is really it. And that is not just a freebie or a presentation, but you know, you've got to deliver on the goods. And I think that's something that's really, really important. At no time in this industry or in this business can you just do status quo.
No.
If you're as good as the other guy, you're going to lose.
Right.
You got to be better than the other guy, and you got to be on top of that all the time.
Yes, you do. You have to hone your craft. You got to be knowledgeable on the set.
Yep.
And your personality. You just gotta
You got to be outgoing. You got to be no whiny. No whiny on set. No, I didn't do it. No, I didn't make
calling.
it. Yeah.
You can't talk about other people.
Yep.
It's all got to be about that shoot and making that client feel number one.
Yep.
They're the ones you're taking care of right now.
That's right.
And in the future.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
And I'll tell you, I'll give you another one. When you're on that set, and every one of us, every time we're on a set, is privileged to be on the set. They don't ask people to just come by the set.
Oh no.
No, they don't even want anybody there. If they could, in fact, if they didn't need you, you wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So every time you are privileged to be on that set, you take the advantage of introducing yourself to every single person.
Yes.
And even if they know you, then you go up and you have at least one or two personal moments with them where it's reestablishing that relationship. If there's a new face, you wait till the right time and then introduce yourself. And I'm not talking to producers or directors. I'm talking about the PA.
Oh yeah.
The guy who's just starting out.
Sure.
You know, that is the one to do. I can tell you this, more makeup women have gotten me jobs than any other director or producer has.
It's true.
Because the makeup people, they get hired because they are usually preferred by somebody. They know their talent likes them, or their corporate CEO likes them. And who is always worried about looking good? It's the makeup person. So if you do your job, that makeup person, she wants you in there because that takes the heat off her.
Exactly.
So you need to have a great network of friends, and not just friends, but associates, workers,
Sure.
all that. And then you can demand a higher rate. You can demand more work. And this is it too for me. If right now, I think this is a very crucial point actually. If you were to look at my client list, okay, the most anyone at any given time in any given year, this would be the top client. It's at about 15% of my overall business. So if I lose my big one, I still got 85% of my business.
Yes.
And you know what that 15% by losing it just did? Opens me up to raise my rates.
And other clients,
Other
new
clients, new clients, better clients, you know. I've always had the upside. You know what? I think we're going to take a little break here and go to it. We'll be right back.
Burnie's workshop is fantastic. Burnie's workshop is awesome. Burnie's workshop is insightful.
Burnie, in one word, passionate maybe. You can tell he really cares a lot.
Burnie is a badass.
He's a great teacher. He has great stories, and I would recommend this to anyone. Not only someone like me who's starting day one, but you know, I feel that in any profession, as you sharpen your sword, it always gets sharper.
I think the best thing about this is the access to understanding how to run your business, how to actually be in this filmmaking industry and make money at it. Coming to this workshop, I think, is what actually gets you the tools to understand how to do that, how to get out there and sell yourself.
I thought that was really cool. I thought, he knows all the tricks in the book, and he knows how to show that to us and actually demonstrate it so we actually know what he's talking about.
I really like the hands-on experience. That's something that you don't find a lot. That's something you have to go on set a lot to just appreciate.
I know this is lighting seminar, but it's not only talk about lighting. He also share his business experience, personal experience, and guide us to what we should do, what kind of personality we should have in this business.
His stories, I think that kind of say everything, and a few example stories that he gives out from time to time.
I would recommend this workshop to anybody who's just brand new to the industry, people who just don't know the swing of it. A lot of the stuff they don't teach you in film school.
I deal with a lot of freelancers every day, a lot of peers that I went to school with, a lot of professionals in the field, and they all need to take this class because it puts you on the next level, on the next playing field.
Burnie's a great guy. Burnie's really authentic. Like everything he learns, everything he teaches, the way he handles himself, the way he deals with other people, he's a one-of-a-kind guy. Someone I've never come across before in the industry, and someone I hope to emulate and hope that there are more people like him out there that can help.
Awesome, and we're back. Let me just say a couple things here to a few people out there. Our friend Bjorn from Germany, awesome dude, thank you. Dave Donaldson, Rip Tips, thanks for watching, Dave, awesome. Tony Hope, where are you, Tony? Is he not here today?
What? I didn't even notice it.
And so Tony's out there. Tony's taking a break today. He's got jury duty, I think.
Oh, jury! Yeah. Vote me guilty. I need to go somewhere.
So, Matt Worgan, thank you, Matt. That's awesome. Andre, and forgive me because, and this is from Greece. Andres from Greece. Romulatos. I know I didn't get it right, but forgive me. Thank you, Andreas. We got Tom Jacob, who's going to be on, I think, on our December 7th show.
Yes, very cool.
And we're going to go up and do a few things previous to that to the day before, and he's going to show us some of the new Airy systems he's got. So we'll have that on his show when we air it on the 7th. And I gotta take a minute here. I gotta take a minute because I ran into this guy yesterday up at the gas station filling up my truck. He was putting some air in his truck, and Jerry Mouchet. Jerry owns Area 51 generators, and one of my true heroes in this industry. And Jerry, oh man, what a guy. You know, what we always say on my side of the business is nobody makes more money than Jerry, and nobody works harder to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
That guy is an animal as far as going out and attacking. I had the best conversation with him yesterday. I wished I would have had a camera. Seriously, I wished we would have had a camera out there. We talked for about 10, 15 minutes about where we're both at with the industry, about what we're up against in our businesses. And you know, this is, and Jerry had so many great points. I just like to, you know, one of the things that Jerry and I talked about was when you're successful, that's when the work starts. When you're on your way up, you're kind of fighting, you know, you're kind of climbing the hill and all that stuff. When you're successful, you are at ground zero.
Oh, yes.
You know, and both of us feel the same way, like we are at ground zero. And we also feel like we have the size businesses where we can't build enough infrastructure around us to actually step back from it and not let it run itself, because that really is a fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay. But to be able to step back enough to let the day-to-day operations take care of themselves.
Sure.
Neither of us are there, and probably will not without some major money coming in and lifting us up. And there again, that's probably not going to happen. You know, so we are both battling out, and Jerry is just such a master at it. He's such a great guy. And here, talk about your industry, you know, and knowing your industry.
Sure.
Jerry was a first AD. He was working on some big shoots. Wow. I don't know what they were. I think they would,
some feature, probably.
Yeah, the guys. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I should. Guy that does all these big disaster sort of movies. I can't. Anyway, so he was working with him all over the Midwest, and finally just got burnt out, because you know when you're working those big features like that. You have no life.
No.
You're spending 9 months on a shoot, going all over the world. It sounds very exotic and very romantic, and it's a great gig.
Sure.
But you do that 2, 3, 4, 5 years in a row, and pretty soon you feel like you don't live anywhere.
No,
you know,
no.
and you're certainly not meeting anybody you're going to marry.
No.
You're not. You're just out there all the time. You know, and so Jerry looked at that, and he looked at it and said, I got to get off the roller coaster. I got to jump off at some point. He came back to his home in Orange County, and he looked at this local market, and he goes, what does it need? Needed generators. Didn't need another grip truck. Didn't need another AD. It needed generators. And that guy, now he's in 3 states. Okay, he's got, and when I say he's in 3 states, he takes his inventory, finds people he can partner with in different states and hot markets. He will send 3 of his generators out there on consignment.
Wow.
So now he's making some money in each place, and it's coming in. So Jerry's a very smart guy. I have, the thing is, and this is why Jerry has never been on this show, is I keep hitting him up to come in for Friday, and he goes, here's my date. My one day off is Wednesday. Okay, it's Wednesday, because he goes, I do events. So it starts Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, land, Tuesday, pay the bills, you know, and then he's got one day off Wednesday. So I said, buddy, we're coming out to you, and we're going to get you on a Wednesday, and we're going to go ahead and do an interview, because the man, I tell you, just listening to this guy for 5 minutes will make you money. Wow. Period.
Wow.
Period. He's that knowledgeable.
Yeah, you know, talking about traveling, Burnie, you know, I just got back from China and Thailand. And boy, you really have to be careful what you carry in your luggage, which I found out.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that.
Tell us
about
that.
that.
You know, you check in your luggage in, and they've got a sign behind the counter, and there's a million things on that sign you're not supposed to put in your check-in.
Yeah.
So I'm looking, and of course the lady's in your way, and you're looking around, and you're handing your ID, and you just go, okay, I guess I'm ready. Boom, here it is. Well, I get over to China, and I'm going, where's my baggage? And of course I went over to the lady, and I'm showing my tag, and she's going, batteries. I go, what's with the batteries? She goes, you had batteries in your suitcase. I said, so what's the big deal? She goes, you can't have any batteries. So the point of the matter is that when you're traveling, you better look at every regulation, because regulations change all the time.
Absolutely.
You never know what you can carry on. So those little GoPro batteries, those piece of chocolate,
Yeah, yeah.
can take down a plane. You would never think that, but they're lithiums.
Well, if they do explode, just let's say, you know what I mean, and just say it's your carry-on, it's probably going to get put out because everybody's right there.
Right there, but in the cargo,
you're done.
You're done.
If that's the case.
So here's a funny story. So I did get my GoPro back, yay, and my luggage.
Yeah.
But they did leave the battery, one battery inside the
didn't
GoPro.
see that
They
one,
didn't
huh?
see that one. So yes. So I'm in Thailand,
Yeah.
and I'm all excited, and I put on my little arm, my little movable, the arm that extends, and you can see yourself, and I'm ready to. I'm jumping into the water, and this is all great, and boom, I jumped into the water, and I'm going, oh, this is great. Let me turn on my GoPro. And I go, why is my GoPro on? And I thought, oh no, I didn't put on my underwater housing. And the battery ignited inside the camera. And I saw a glimpse of my face, and then it went away.
God,
and that's how my vacation started.
Oh my God.
GoPro-less.
Oh man.
So there you go, Burnie. You gotta read it, and you gotta prepare.
Yeah. You should have got an insurance cert on that.
Yeah,
Gary.
exactly. Thank you.
No, I tell you, it's a here's my take on it. Disaster will happen.
Oh yes.
Murphy's Law. He was way too optimistic.
Oh yes.
Yeah. It's going to happen before you even think it's going to happen. The thing is that things happen. You have to have, and I'm not talking about your case.
Right,
you're on vacation. I mean, that's that. But in business, when you're on here, you better have a plan B.
Oh, yes.
I'll give you a classic example. Is if you're out there with an HMI on something like this CBS thing, there is no company that's going to bring you and be able to deliver you a light. You are in a fire zone. They're not letting anybody, vendor come back and forth doing that. You had better pack your backup.
Oh yes.
If you haven't packed your backup, Jerry Moucher, just talking about him, I know he will pack 10 extra not head feeders, banded.
Bandits.
5-wire banded, just in case somebody has misjudged the distance.
That's right.
And you're not going to have to go back. If you're 50 feet short, you are 50 feet short. You know what I mean? And you'd rather carry 10 than have to go back and get
that HMI
one.
ain't going to get any stronger.
Yeah, they ain't going to get any stronger. That's for sure. So all that stuff is pre-planning. But yeah, I know that anytime you're traveling, that's a whole show.
Oh.
If you're traveling with video gear and doing that is a whole different ball of wax.
Absolutely. So I got hit twice, and I'm in the business.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
Kind of thing.
You've got 20 years of experience, 30 years of experience on that. So you cannot overplan.
No.
I would say that you cannot overplan. What else is there? Anybody got any questions? Anybody, anything you want to know? Maybe
Quiet on the Western Front?
Yeah, quiet on the Western Front. But, nobody asks questions until they're in trouble.
Of course.
That is pretty much a regular type thing, So
I would like to say a shout out to Dan Cosman.
Oh, Dan Cosman.
Congratulations on your brand new knees.
Yeah, you got a couple new knees, huh?
Couple new knees.
Wow, that's
right.
something. Yeah, he was showing. That was it was almost like a hospital event he had going.
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Every day there was a new post.
Exactly.
Oh man, come on down. Come
on down.
Bring gifts. Bring gifts. Cash will do.
Only
we'll take
cash.
cash. We'll take cash. But yeah, congratulations, Dan. Glad to hear you're okay, buddy. And that's awesome. And you were saying, you saw him. He was out with a walker. He's already exercising and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he looks like he'll be back at the Mousetrap very soon.
That's great. That's great. The Disneyland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Which is one of the this is something that most people don't think about. Is everybody knows where the industry is in Hollywood. It's in Burbank. It's everywhere. You're up there. You're getting booked out of all those places. But that's really the concentration. In Orange County, your concentration of media people is Disneyland.
That's true.
The biggest employer in Orange County.
It is amazing. It is
and
amazing.
There's so many guys we know that careful with my words, but have ended up there.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Because it does become the de facto employer after a certain while. I've worked there once or twice for other people who have called me in. Usually production companies from out of state actually have hired me when I've gone in there. But it's a big deal.
Oh yeah,
it's a big
oh,
deal.
Yeah, they have their own little broadcast
Well,
services.
Gene's a photographer out there. I think.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Gene
Don't
gives a
deny it,
thumbs up.
Gene. Yes, you are.
Yeah. He's growing his mouse ears right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, in fact, when I saw Gene, I go, God, why did he shave? He always had that. What's going on?
Scruffy look.
What is that?
No, he's all cleaned up
What's
for
happening?
Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland. And he's got the ears on too.
Yeah,
That's what I really like. You know,
I
that's
love
really
it.
a good look on you, Gene. I'm serious this time. You know, so that's good. And let's see, what else have we got going on, Gary? We're in the last few minutes here.
You know, the end of the year's coming up.
Yeah.
And of course, unfortunately, that dreaded 1099.
Oh.
The taxes. Yeah.
I go into my
So
hell
get
hell
your
months,
paperwork together. Get it all together. 'Cause
Very good
it's
point.
coming. It's
Very
coming.
good point. You know what? That is another thing too, boy. There's a whole nother show, handling your taxes. I should have an accountant on here talking about that.
CPA.
That would be really good. You know what I do, and this is in my business, and I've got, you know, several grip trucks. I really don't have any employees except for myself. You know, everybody else is 1099 freelance, all that. It takes my office manager, Connie, 30 hours a week, plus what I do just to keep the business current and legal.
Legal, yeah.
You know, I spend over $17,000 a year on insurance only.
Yes.
And that's after 50 or 20 years of never making a claim. With no claim. You know, so what would happen if you did? You know,
that's the problem, Bernie. You know, the longer there's no accident,
the more likely there is
there
to
is
be one.
going to be
Right?
one. That's right.
That's how they look at it.
Exactly.
We think it's the other supply and demand, the weather way,
no,
right?
You think you get a pat on the back?
No,
you get a kick in the ass.
You're a bigger risk. Yeah. So listen, hey everybody, we're about done. Please share Applebox Network wherever you can. Tell your friends. We want your input. We want to hear what you want to hear about. This is your show. We're doing this, you know, really for ourselves, but but it's your show. And so what I'd like to say is, anytime you want to know any information, show ideas, anything like that, please let me know. Any way you can. You can do it on Facebook. You can do it anywhere you're at. You can email me, text me, whatever.
That'd be great.
But you know, I'm going to say with that, it's been great having you. It's been a lot of fun, and we're going to. Well, next week's Thanksgiving. We may do it. We may do a rerun next week.
okay.
So I think so, unless you want to come down and cook for us.
Of course.
Okay,
I'll bring in the turkey sandwich on
Good.
Friday.
That'd be great. The turkey sandwich. Have a turkey
Can't do
sandwich.
ham. I'm
No.
Jewish. So.
The turkey sandwiches are the only reason I celebrate
The
Thanksgiving.
only reason I want it.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot, and we will see you live week after next.
Absolutely.
Cut. That's a wrap.